Yo everyone, it's Jack's identical twin brother James. Now Jack's away this week, so he's asked me to fill in. I'm actually a YouTuber from Brighton, so I just went down and had a YouTuber party with a few of the other YouTubers down there, and one of them's got such a cute new puppy. Anyway, this is WhatCulture.com and you're watching the fast count. Enjoy. Can't keep that up for the whole video, F that. This is all of this week's WWE news. I'm going to regret that one. First of all, as of Sunday night, AJ Styles is the new WWE World Champion. Now, he joins the ranks of Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, John Cena, Steve Austin, The Rock, in the annals of history as one of the men who have held the most prestigious prize in professional wrestling. Who would have thought it? AJ Styles, Mr. TNA. He won, he beat Dean Ambrose at Backlash, and against all odds, who would have seen this coming 3 years ago? He is the new WWE World Champion. Congratulations to AJ. But it's not all good news for AJ, because he will have to go on to face both Dean Ambrose and John Cena at No Mercy. And remember, Cena is pursuing that record-equaling 16th world title reign, so it could be a bit of a risky first offence. The Cruiserweight Classic is well and truly over. We had an excellent live event on Wednesday night, which saw Gran Metalik beat Zack Sabre Jr. in one of the semi-finals, and TJ Perkins beat Kota Ibushi in the other. Then, before the final, Triple H came out to the ring. I thought, and I think a few other people probably thought, he was going to pedigree both men, pin them both, and just take the trophy for himself. Heartbreakingly, that wasn't the case. No, instead, he was presenting the new Cruiserweight Championship title belt. As I predicted for the Universal title a few weeks ago, it was bright purple. Mixed reviews on this one online. Some people think that it's disgusting and garish. Some think that it's really nice. I fall somewhere in the middle. I don't particularly like the look of it, but it looks different enough from everything else on the main show to really stand out and make that new Cruiserweight division truly unique. And then, of course, in the final, TJ Perkins beat Gran Metalik to a curiously mixed reaction. There was a lot of negativity in the room. There was a lot of positivity as well, but a few people were unhappy with this, probably because Perkins has beaten quite a few favourites from NXT, such as Johnny Gargano. He beat Rich Swann, who had picked up a lot of support in the tournament. I personally don't really have a problem with this. I'd really like to stress that TJ is a phenomenal wrestler and he should really be given a chance, and I have no qualms with him being the first ever Cruiserweight Champion and the man to lead this division as it moves on to Monday Night Raw. And finally, there are rumours of a similar tournament to the Cruiserweight Classic airing in early 2017 featuring women's wrestlers. That could be very, very interesting indeed, and I hope those rumours are true. And now for all the news from elsewhere in the fucking batch world of oh, it's all the other news. The second episode of the new season of Lucha Underground aired this week, and it saw the first big chaotic match of the season so far. Killshot took on Marty the Moth Martinez in a Weapons of Mass Destruction match, which was basically a hardcore match but military themed, but it was a lot better than it sounds. It sounds really tacky and sort of mid-90s WCW. It wasn't. It was a really hard-hitting, destructive match. It featured a horrendous finish as well, in a good way. It was cringeworthy but really good. And it was Killshot who took the victory in a ludicrous finish, which saw him do a double stomp off a ladder through a table with Marty falling down with him. I hope Marty's alright, because it looked bad, but what a match, what a finish. Best match of the series so far. Let's hope there are more good things to come from Lucha Underground. And he got his dog tags back. It's important for the story. Over in TNA, on Thursday night, we had a similarly wacky stipulation. Not so much a fan of this one. It was and I'm going to need to read this one out, there's quite a few words in there. It was an empty arena, no turnbuckles, metal exposed match. Yeah, Rockstar Spud took on Braxton Sutter in an empty arena with no turnbuckles on the 6 sides of the ring. Ugh. Have you seen the episode of South Park where they go to the Family Guy offices and they say how Family Guy write their episodes, and there's just a tank of manatees and they take various ideas balls and combine them together in a really random way? It's like they've got an empty arena match. Good. Exposed turnbuckles. No DQ. Go. In the end, Braxton Sutter took the win, and you won't believe how he did it. He used the exposed turnbuckles.
They're coming on the Delete RDK for.
Nope. And finally, some news from New Japan Pro Wrestling / Ring of Honor, because my boy Shibata has suffered a spinal injury, but will still be defending his never openweight championship against Bobby Fish. This match will take place in Destruction in Tokyo, and could be big because it could see a Ring of Honor singles star take one of the big singles titles over in New Japan, which really isn't by the book. It's not an ordinary thing that happens. Then again, Shibata is made purely out of muscle and anger, so he might not even drop the belt despite having a spinal injury, who knows, but it should be a fantastic match. And now for all of this week's delicious takeaways. Could it be pizza? Could it be Chinese? Could it be Indian? Make up your mind, please. Leave it in. Leave it in. First of all, is AJ Styles one of the most surprising men in history to win the WWE World Championship? Because if you look at the lineage of the belt, there have been some very surprising figures in there, such as Mankind, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, Vince McMahon, Sergeant Slaughter. For whatever reason, guys you wouldn't typically expect to see in a main event slot with the title. In AJ's case, I'm not referring to his ability at all. Of course, he's one of the best in the world. I'm referring instead to his career path and the fact that he doesn't fit the typical WWE mold. So who do you think are the most surprising, maybe bizarre WWE champions of all time? Leave your comments below and let's see what everyone thinks. Secondly, what was your favourite match of the Cruiserweight Classic? Because mine was probably Cedric Alexander v Kota Ibushi, but there are so many other candidates out there. There was Gargano v Ciampa, there was Ibushi v Kendrick, both very emotional matches. There was Gargano v Perkins, Grand Metalik v Zack Sabre Jr. So many. Leave your comments below. What do you think was the best? Again, I think my favourite was Cedric v Ibushi. In fact, the whole tournament was fantastic from top to bottom, and my only minor complaint is that Triple H didn't go over in the end. The final takeaway also concerns the Cruiserweight division. Will they be allowed to thrive as much as they did in their own tournament once the division moves to Monday Night Raw? There are obviously the issues of time constraints. The guys won't be able to have as much exposure as they did in the tournament. They won't be able to have such epic drawn out matches either. You might think, but hold on Jack, there are 3 hours on Raw. That's true, but we need time for other things, like 30-minute McMahon promos or KFC adverts or Jagger Eaton cameos. So, you know, just try and weigh up all the options and get a sense of fucking perspective, yeah, before you try and shove these vanilla midgets in anyway. Think about it. So that's all the time we've had for this week on the Fast Count. I'm so sorry about that intro. I don't know what I was thinking. As Ross mentioned in WTF Moments, Susie was hogging the studio time, so didn't have much time to think of anything. But anyway, thanks for watching the Fast Count. I've been Jack from WhatCulture.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Jack_the_jobber, and I'll see you soon.
Do you want to see WCPW live but are allergic to the awful people of Newcastle? WCPW is coming to Greater Manchester on Saturday the 8th of October to the Altrincham Silver Blades Arena. Your ticket won't just get you a stat card featuring Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle, but will also grant you access to our first ever fan convention during the day. Meet the WhatCulture guys, have photos with your favourite WCPW wrestlers, a host of other surprises, and VIP members will get to meet Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes in person. Tickets can be bought at wc.pw.